If your life or your business is struggling and you keep fixing things and nothing is changing, I promise you are solving the wrong problem. So here's the thing you won't hear often. The most valuable businesses don't just solve problems, they solve constraints. And no, before you think I'm just saying the same thing people say, no, they are not the same thing. A problem is something people dislike, something they hate. A constraint is actually something that's stopping progress. So people can live with a problem for years. A constraint creates a bottleneck, and bottlenecks are what entire industries will pay real money to remove. Now, this comes from something called the theory of constraints from a guy named Eliyahu Goldratt. His whole argument was that every system, a factory, a company, even an economy is being held back by one or two real constraints. And if you spend your time improving anything that isn't that constraint, you will barely move the needle. Now, let's make this simpler. Imagine a restaurant where the food just comes out slow. Let's say they take 1 hour to serve you, and customers come once and they never come back. The owner wants more people to come back so that he can get more customers. People will come back telling him that the food is really great. So since the food is not the problem, maybe the chairs are. So he buys new chairs. That doesn't change things much. He redesigns the menu maybe to make it more attractive, but that doesn't change things much. So he goes outside and he paints the entire building. And some people come, but they don't come back again. Then he starts running Instagram ads, an entire social media page. And then he hires another waiter. Every time he does something new, the sales will bump up a little. But people still don't come back, and his consistent or recurrent revenue does not increase. Why? Because it takes a freaking hour to serve them. The kitchen is the constraint, not the marketing, not the restaurants, not the wall paint, but the kitchen. They need more hands or more stoves, but until that changes, everything else that he's doing is just diminishing returns. And it shows up everywhere. If you're a writer with great ideas, but you're actually never publishing your work, your constraint isn't creativity, it's consistency. If you're a startup with tons of users, but you don't have revenue, then you don't need to be doing more marketing. You need to be doing monetization. If you keep learning marketing but you're not applying it, your constraint isn't the knowledge that your imposter syndrome is trying to tell you it is. No, it's execution. What's the actual bottleneck that is stopping everything else from improving? And it's hard to answer honestly because we are wired to focus on what's visible and not what's actually limiting us. We're excited by improvements that feel impressive instead of the ones that actually solve the issue. That's why companies can spend months just tweaking their websites while ignoring the fact that nobody is sticking around. It's why people will drop thousands of dollars on courses when their real bottleneck is just being scared to publish their work or apply for a job. So take a moment today and ask yourself that what's the one constraint that's actually in my way and stopping my growth? Not the one that seems obvious, but the one that's actually stopping.